Hello again, DW the Wrangler, and the topic for today is must-haves for leaders. Now, this list came to us as we put together a new program that we're doing, but as we interviewed a lot of people, we found out that these things are must-haves for every leader. You see, a leader must have the ability to be able to speak and communicate clearly. They've got to use words that the people that they're communicating to understand, know, and like if they're going to be able to put them in place. The other thing about speaking of vision, especially when you're the leader, you have to do it like a third grade teacher, so they tell me. You need to repeat it over and over and over until the people get it down and understand it and actually internalize it and are able to live that vision. Now, leaders must also have the ability to listen. You see, listening is one of the skills that so many leaders just don't improve on over time. But if leaders would listen a little more and probably talk a little less, they would find that the people that they're working with come along much smoother and easier. Because when you're listening, you're finding out about those people, what's going on in their lives and what's going on in your company. And it could be what's going on outside of the company's walls that is affecting your company and them. Now, a leader needs to have the ability to mentor. You come alongside and to bring along. You see, a leader's main job is to build more leaders. So you need to know how to do that. Leaders must have the ability to negotiate. You see, not everything's black and white and up and down and left and right. Things are in between a lot of times, and you need to know how to negotiate, not only with your employees or the people you're working with. You sometimes need to know how to negotiate just with their friends. Sometimes that's harder. You need to have the ability to motivate. Now, to motivate is more than just getting people excited. It's more than jumping up on stage and waving your arms and hands and doing all that palavering where people get all emotional. But motivation is actually planting seeds inside and alongside people so that they understand the vision, they understand the mission, and they understand the strategy on how we're going to achieve that. Now, leaders must have also the ability to discern and make decisions. That means they need to listen closely to what the problems might be, could be, ought to be, should be, and then discern. In other words, think about it. Put some time into it, do some research, get prepared before you make a decision. Now, leaders have to have the ability to plan. Now, that's something that we work with people every day, because you need to plan every single day of what's going on. But sometimes life just gets in the way, so you need that a contingency plan, what we call it, of stuff when stuff happens. Now, leaders, if you're going to be a success, you need to have the ability to adapt. You see, it's not the strong that will survive, it's the ones who will adapt. And the businesses that are able to adapt and move with whatever's happening stay in business. Those who stay in the past and live in the past die. Leaders need to have the ability to define roles and responsibilities, not just for themselves, but for those around them. Leaders need to have the ability to break down barriers. If you've got a situation where people are just really clamming up and they're not talking, or there's something happening, you need to know how to break down the barriers in a positive, motivational, negotiated way. Seeing how this all goes together. Now, leaders also must have the ability to recognize and address tension within the team. If you have everybody on the team that has the same kind of personality, then you have a problem. You need a mixture on your team, so you need to know how to recognize and address it and fix it. Now you're going to be able to do that by using all those other abilities that we've listed before. So, ability to speak, listen, mentor, negotiate, motivate, discern and make decisions, plan, adapt, define roles and responsibilities, break down barriers, and of course, recognize the tension. Those are must-haves for leaders. And until next time, this is DW the Wrangler saying, ride hard, ride fast.